everyone, so I'm back again to do another video for you guys, and this is actually what I'm gonna do for you guys today. I'm actually getting ready to go out, so yeah. So first of all, we're gonna go ahead and start with our corrector in Alabaster. This is from Bitch Lab Cosmetics, of course, and if you guys don't have this, you guys can go ahead and check it out on the website. I'll put the link on the bottom bar if you guys want to go ahead and check it out. Now you can use whatever you guys have. So I'm going to apply that all over the lid with a Cinnamon Secrets number 12 brush. And I'm just going to apply that all over the lid. I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. I sure did. I got to spend it with my brothers and my sister and my sister-in-law and my daughters and my son's first Thanksgiving, and my husband, of course, and my mommy that still has her leg broken. But we had fun. It was nice, even though I cooked by myself, kind of. So you want to make sure you kind of blend it out equally so it won't crease. Using an eyeshadow base, it actually helps for your eyeshadow to last all day and to look beautiful as you put it on the first time. So yeah. So make sure you guys have an eyeshadow base. Just to make sure, you don't want your makeup to look ashy and kind of patchy and stuff. But yeah. Anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to be using my pigment Hottest Bitch. And it's a brownish, reddish. That's the one I use for my eyebrows. I'm going to be using that with a Revlon brush. And I'm just gonna grab a little bit. And I'm going to apply that. I'm trying to see if I can, I'm assuming you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to apply this right here on the lash line. Like so. And then you just want to kind of make a good little wing. Bring it to your crease and just, you know, like so. I'm not good at making a wing eyeliner anyways, you guys, just to let you guys know. I'm still trying to practice and learn all that, so little by little I guess it'll work out. From there I'm going to be using this Bitch Lab Cosmetics loose, well, it's not loose, it's refill eyeshadow, and I'll put the name on the bottom bar since I don't know what it is. The sticker fell off. And apply that on top and kind of pat it in like so. From there I'm going to be using my favorite 72 eyeshadow palette from Bitch Lab Cosmetics, and you guys must already know this palette is my favorite since I use it in all my videos. I'll be using this black eyeshadow right here. If you guys don't have the same thing that I have, you guys can check out down below the link to it, or you guys can use whatever you guys have, like I said before, since a lot of people have been complaining to me. And yeah, so okay, you just want to do the same thing you did, but this time make like a little V and bring it in a little bit like so. I know I'm not gonna start saying that word again. I'm going to be using my favorite brush that I say that everybody must have one, is a Sigma E25, and it's my favorite brush, and it's dirty because I kind of mix colors on it right now. I'll put the link on the box so you guys can go ahead and check it out. There's a discount code you guys can get, and if you purchase more than $30 you actually get a free gift. So yeah, so I'm going to be using my Bitch Lab Cosmetics Electric Bitch, and this one is, I was asked, on the camera it doesn't really look orangey because it looks like a camel orangey brownish color, but it's really orange. The camera's not picking up and it's not giving it justice, I believe, to myself. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and, you know what, I'm going to use this other one, and I'm just going to blend that in the crease to blend out the harsh black color that I applied, and I'm just going to make that my blending color. Orange is like my favorite color to use. It helps make the makeup look, you know, pop and nice. I don't know, it's just my favorite lately. I've been using that a lot. So I'd rather just use this big old one than the one that comes in the palette. So I just kind of like blend it out. Blend it out. If you guys are wondering what I'm watching, because the TV's on, I forgot to turn it off and I can't reach it. I'm not turning off the camera. Watching Superstar. She likes to like sniff her armpits. Weird, huh? Disgusting girl. But yeah, it's funny. So I just want to go ahead and keep adding color all the way to the top. I'm going to be using this Nigel's Deluxe Fluff brush. And I'm going to be using all 3 silvers that I have in the palette. All 3 of them. And it doesn't matter how you put them on, you know. And you're going to go ahead and put them on top right here. You can see that. I hope the lighting looks a little bit better. I have like 4 light bulbs in front of me, on the side of me, and you know, back of me and stuff. So I'm trying to figure out a best lighting for you guys. I kind of like the lighting right now. I turned off the light from my room from the top because the light bulbs are yellow. So I'm hoping that was a problem and it's gonna look better now, because I always look orangey on my videos. I don't know. I thought the lighting was gonna be better over here since there's a big window by me, but I guess not. Okay, from there I'm going to be using the same, the blending E25 brush, and I'm going back with all the eyeshadows I used. I'm going to start with the, you know, the depotted one for the palette, and I'm going to start, you know, blending like the wing that I told you guys, and then kind of blending out. I'm going to go ahead and grab the black again, and then kind of tap the axis, and then go back again and do the little wing, and then, you know, it doesn't matter if it's harsh. I'm going to go back again with the orange and blend it out, and it kind of makes this nice little smoky kind of. So you just want to make sure you blend, blend, blend. Blending is key. Remember that, you guys. Always. Don't ever, ever leave your makeup without blending, because it looks horrible. Blend, blend, blend. I'm going to clean my brush out a little bit, and then grab more orangey. Kind of blend it out. Add more orangey on this side. I'm going to grab, if I can find it, my other favorite taper blending E40 from Sigma, and I'll put the link again on the bottom so you guys can go ahead and check them out. Since you guys want to find out about brushes, I'm going to be using this one. As you can tell, it's my favorite. It's already almost done. So I'll be using that one, and then use it as a highlight on my brow bone. Kind of letting my eyebrows grow out, because when I used to go to the nail place where they used to put wax them, they would always end up doing them more thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner, and I was like, what are they doing? I don't want thin eyebrows. You know, they try to follow my tattoo of eyebrows that I have, and I don't want that. That was like a big mistake what I did. So yeah. For the bottom, I'm going to be using the same gray that I used on my crease. And I'm just going to apply that right here in the middle. And so I can just be in the middle. I'm going to grab the same blending brush that I used and grab a little bit of the black and the dark brown on the palette. And I'm going to apply those on the corners. And then right here. Just a little bit. Go back and blend it out again, you guys. So you just practically blend, 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 blend till you don't have a harsh line. Like so. And just a little bit. You can use your finger also. Like so. I said I wasn't going to say it and I keep saying it. I'm going to use the NYC liquid liner. And I'm just going to line my lash line. So there. Then I'm always asked why I don't record when I'm doing my lashes. I don't know. That's a good question. I just think that it's easier just to put them on and come back. So I'm going to be using these 415 lashes. And I don't want to make a video of how to put them on because I don't really put them on right. Sometimes they're falling off already. But I already know my measurements. And if you guys want to find out how to measure, you actually just kind of wiggle them like this. It's gonna still. You're gonna wiggle them like this a lot, and then you're gonna put them on your eye, and then measure them to where you know you wanna measure them, and then you find out the extra part. You wanna cut it off from the wing over here, then from here, and just chop it off with the scissors. You want to make sure you cut right. You don't want to leave like a little string sticking out because then it pokes your eye. What I do is I grab eyelash glue with my brush and then just, you know, put a little thin layer. You want to add a lot of kind of thick layer on the corners because those are the parts where it tends to like unstick. So you want to make sure you do that. Then we just wait until it gets kind of tacky. You don't want it to be runny because then it's gonna fall off. So let me zoom you guys out. You guys can see the lamp in the back. Then you can blow on it and then wave it around a little bit. So then you just want to go ahead and stick it. I see a lot of people use tweezers. I don't know how to do that. I find it easier with my hands, so. You guys can hear superstar. So I want to be a superstar. And you just want to make sure they're as close as to your eyelashes as possible. So there, and then I'm going to use my eyelash mascara eyelash. Why did I just say eyelash? Mascara, and kind of add mascara to them. So wait until they dry a little bit. And then you go ahead and go on top of that and add the mascara. I'm going to blend this out because it kind of looks harsh. As you can see, it looks better now. Like so. See So yeah, just want to make sure everything's blended out well. Like so. So yeah, and then mascara on the bottom lashes also. You can add liner to the waterline. I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, so this should be the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be trying to do more videos, me talking. It's kind of difficult to do it when, you know, Junior needs me, and I mean, I gotta tend him first and then, you know, do what I gotta do. So yeah. So I really hope you guys like the look. You know, it was whatever, simple and stuff. So I really hope you guys liked it, and stay tuned for more videos. Love you guys. Bye.